Hey, I'm Peanut from 311.
G'day, mate. How you doing?
Wonderful. It's a beautiful day in Los Angeles. I can't wait to breathe the Australian air.
Oh, yeah, it won't be too long now either, brother. But before we get to that, we've also got a little matter of a new album from you guys to discuss because today you're releasing your 14th studio album, Full Bloom. So the fun starts now, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, you guys get it first. I think that's why we're talking.
Sweet. So do you still so it's your 14th album, bro? Like, do you still get excited about the whole release cycle, or is it sort of a bit blasé by now?
Yeah, I don't get nervous about much. I've that the fear's been scared out of me, I guess. But releasing an album is a tenuous, nerve-wracking, kind of anxious emotion. I'm happy it's landing on your shores first. I think the opinions starting from Oz will be favorable, and I'm looking for building momentum on that. But yeah, it's kind of a scary thing to release an album, even if we've done it, 14 times now.
Yeah. So after so many albums, bro, like have you got a set creative process that you go through most times, or is it different from album to album?
Yeah, I think everyone's got their own method. We come together when those reach whatever peak. Nick calls me in for lyrics frequently, which is really fun, and has been something that I've really enjoyed in the band over the last like 15 years or so. Um, and yeah, I think we're pretty fixed. We've all got home studios, and we work relatively well on our own. Um, we have demo-itis sometimes where the demos can be better than the finished result, but I think that's just my ears sometimes. But yeah, it's really fun recording still. It's only easier, of course, now, but I think now everyone's, like I said, kind of fixed in their way, and we get together when the time's right.
Yeah. So can we dive into Full Bloom a bit deeper from a musical point of view? Like what were you going for this time around?
I think we were trying to progress like always. Look forward to sounds that we've uh, not used before. Um, it's still the same vibe. We're always going to be solving problems. We're always going to be a little frustrated, but we're going to come out of it, with our support system and our friends, and like being outside, and uh, um, you know, uh, of course, loved ones and family at this point, and really travel is great therapy too. But I mean, it was such a long break for COVID that I think we really got a chance to, and this was why I was wondering, like, think about everything. We really got a chance to really deep dive on what is important with us, and what we wanted to do next. And I think this is that sound, us us trying to understand the break and trying to see the future.
Yeah. So there's a 5 year gap between this album and your last one, Voyager, mate. So what's changed with the band, I guess, as a band and musically in that period?
Yeah, we I think we've gotten more focused. The break was exactly that. I think it was something that we kind of needed. I remember really specifically in 2020, like hoping for a break. And then when it happened, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? And, we played a 311 day in Vegas, in March, the beginning of March 2020. And it was like we were the last show in town. It was super freaky. And I think we've used it to our advantage. I think as a society, as a planet, I think we're doing the best we can, except for a few wars. I think generally we're doing our best, and yeah, I mean it's just still fun. Traveling is still so much fun that I don't see anything getting in the way of that.
Yeah. I guess the proof's in the pudding too. Like your first single, "You're Gonna Get Hurt," was your highest charting song in 13 years, mate. Despite not releasing anything for so long, like in the modern age, it's all about content. Like people producing so much content because they think people need it shoved in their face. But you guys are living proof that if you got the quality music and the reputation, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I mean it's such a wall of whatever streams to fight, and that's never going to be our strong point. I don't think that'll be rock music, hardcore, skater punk, whatever hybrid music that we do. Is we're never going to be able to compete on the level if streams are sales. That's we'll forever be a little bit underground, and that's fine. We grew up in the never sell out kind of mindset, and we've definitely softened in that as a world, and I think we're better off. But there's something about people going to the record store still. There's something about people calling up radio stations. There's something about people streaming new music when it is good, like you're saying. I don't know. There's the people still have quite a voice. It's just amazing how strong hip hop and pop really have become, and I'm really looking forward to ramping up the importance of rock and roll, plugging in and sweating on your audience. That's what it's all about.
It's damn straight. The other good news is 311 are also headed to Australia in just over 4 weeks as part of Good Things 2025, which shows in Melbourne on December 6th, Sydney on December 7th, and Brisbane December 8th. Like, have you started planning for that yet, mate, or are you just sort of wrapped up in the album cycle?
We're a little bit like wrapped up in the album cycle. We've got a lot going on tomorrow here stateside, and we've been doing shows, kind of weekender shows here and there. Like we were in Alaska about a month ago. We were, in Maryland, the other side of the continent, a few weeks ago. So dodging hurricanes, and so it's good for us to rest. I think you're going to get a really fresh version of us. We're going to stop in Jakarta before we see you guys in Australia. So we will definitely be nice and warmed up there, as it is the tropics, and we will be ready to rock super hard when we see you guys.
Oh, and Good Things is a massive festival, mate. Like you got bands like Korn, there's Kerry King, Mastodon, Electric Callboy, but you guys have been around for a while. Is there anyone on there that you haven't played with that you've been really looking forward to playing with?
Well, we just played with Electric Callboy for the first time in a little European run where we found ourselves on festivals with them probably like 3 times out of, maybe 10 shows that we did. And I never heard of them before, and they destroyed the place. It is amazing. And what was that collaboration they did? What's the Japanese band that they played with? They're doing cool things, and I don't think the Americans know how dope Electric Callboy is and are, and I could be totally wrong about that too, as I'm a 50-year-old male.
You're never wrong, man, not until you admit it.
I like that. I'm going to use that.
So what can Aussie fans actually expect from the 311 show, mate? Like you say, you're going to be here and you're going to be refreshed, but once you hit stage, what's that dynamic going to be?
I mean, you're going to see a group of guys that have been together for 34 years. We're all original members. I think we're really, even though we don't know it, we're starving for this, to be with you guys. And I think you're going to see that it'll be undeniable, the joy, the inter-band audience communication. I think it's something we're pretty good at. And you can't fake, like I said, like a rhythm section that's played together that long. There's an authenticity that I love to tout and say twice in one answer that that people are going to feel whether they know it or not.
Yeah. And you're also going to be doing 3 side shows, brother, in Melbourne on December 4th, Brisbane December 10th, and Sydney December the 11th. So it sort of makes the long trip out to Australia worthwhile, getting those few extra shows.
Yeah, can't wait. I mean, the big shows are going to be fantastic. Seeing everybody, seeing all the faces, and then get me in a small room and watch us explode too. I love both. I really do.
Yeah, and the thing about festivals is like there's so many bands on the bill that some people go and haven't heard of quite a few of them. So just say someone's coming along to Good Things and they don't know too much about 311. What 3 songs should they listen to get to know the band better?
Oh, I mean, Come Original's a favorite. I know that went over well in Australia. Down, of course. is probably our biggest hit we ever had down with you guys. So, and then, hopefully you're going to get it, as people are listening to the new album. Hopefully that'll creep up into importance as well, as it's a damn good song. And we're definitely going to be playing it on stage because we like seeing people feel it.
Oh, now, before we let you go, mate, we've been doing a new thing with Heavy called Photobomb, which basically means before I spoke to you, I've gone through your Facebook pages and I found a few photos that I want to talk to you more about. So
Oh
I've
boy.
found this one, mate. Like, how cool of a pose is that?
Yeah, I can't remember the origin when we started doing it. We've been doing it for years now. That's a moment in Beautiful Disaster, which is almost always our first song. And if I'm wearing nice pants, I'll be floating my knee above the stage. And if I'm wearing sweatpants, I'll be resting my knee on the stage. And that's a jacket that I've worn just to dust, and it's still hanging tough.
Nice. And then I found this one as well. Like, you guys dressed as sailors look pretty damn good.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't think that's us, but
Off your Facebook
we've
page.
yeah, that's probably another band that's on our cruise.
Aha.
But we've definitely looked similar to that. But that's what it looks like on our cruise. That's for sure. God, who is that? That could be any number of bands. I'll say I can't say for sure.
It's from 2019 anyway, so if that helps.
Yeah, so, the audience will tell us afterwards. We'll talk about it in a few weeks. We'll have a good laugh.
That we shall, brother. Well, thanks very much for your time today, mate. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Best of luck with the album. She's a cracker, man. I had a listen before the interview. She's really good and look forward to seeing you out here.
Great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Long live Heavy Mag, Heavy Radio.
Take care, brother.
Peace. Good talking with you.